Hello, everyone. It's me, Mrs. Groner, and I'm so excited today because we are going to be making our very own family portraits. Here are a few examples of what we'll be doing. One family and another family. Okay, let's take a look at what we need to complete this project. To complete the project, you don't need a lot. You need a piece of paper, a pencil. It's important to have a pencil so you can erase your mistakes. And colors. You can use crayons, markers, paints, anything you like to color with will work just fine. Okay, what do? The first thing we do is we think about how many people live in our home. I have 4 people living with me right now. So I'm going to start by drawing 4 heads on my paper. Now, when we make these family portraits, we are not going to draw the whole body or the whole person standing. I only want you to draw the top portion of their body. And if you see my image in the video, that's what I want you to draw. The shoulders, the neck, and the head. That's it. You don't have to worry about the rest of the body. How do we do that? Well, we start by drawing the heads. If I have 4 people in my family, I want to draw fairly large circles for their heads so that I can add a lot of detail to how they look. Let me show you. All right, I've drawn my first head. Notice how it's pretty big and pretty tall. This one's going to be Mr. Groner. Now I'll draw the next head. That's my head. It's not quite as big as Mr. Groner's head because he's a lot bigger than I am. Okay, now I need to draw the heads of my 2 daughters. So now you can see I have all 4 heads. The next part of the body I'm going to draw are the necks. When I draw the neck, all I have to do is draw a line down from each side of the circle head. I'll do that, and then I'll show you the next step. So now you can see I've added lines for the neck. Notice there are 2 lines, one on each side, to make a neck. But right now, I have a page of mostly floating heads. I don't want to have floating heads on my paper. So now I want to draw the shoulders and part of the body. You won't see much. Just like you see me, I'm going to draw kind of a round curve and then a straight line down because that's all you'll see of the people's bodies. Notice how I drew 2 curved lines down for the shoulders, touching the neck. That's all I have to do to finish off my other 2 people. If you notice this person's neck, you just see their neck, so I don't have room for their shoulders, and that is just fine. Now, if you notice, I finished off all the shoulders. Remember, drawing the shoulders isn't very hard. I draw out and then down a little. And if there's a head in the way, don't draw the shoulder where the head is because you want to have that place to add the detail to your family. Okay, let me show you an example of a few other different numbers of family members, just so you can get an idea of how those will look on a page. Here is a family of just 2 people. Notice how their heads are really big on the page, and you can see a lot of both of their shoulders. The next picture has 5 family members. One of them is a cat. That's right. You can draw your pets into these pictures as well. And then the last one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 family members. That's a lot of family members. And so you can see the picture of their heads is a lot smaller. Some of the people are in front and some are in back. If you notice when there's someone in front, you don't draw the shoulder through the head. You leave the head there. Okay. Okay, are you ready to get started coloring? Now that you have your family members' heads and shoulders on the page, you can get started coloring. The one thing I want you to remember is you don't want your heads to be floating heads. So if you start at the top and then you make skinny bodies, you don't want it to come out to be a floating head in the middle of the page. Let me show you what it's like that. If I just draw a person like this, a floating head, right? So you want to make sure when you draw them down low on the page. Okay, now I hope you have a lot of fun decorating your family. Try to make your picture look just like what your family looks like. Maybe have your family wear the types of clothes that they wear in real life. Here's one example that I have of a family. Let me show you a few others. This one. Here's another one, and this one says family. If you have extra room at the top, you can even write your family name on there. Make sure you include the details of the people's faces, their hair, get eyes, nose, mouths on there, and color their shirts. That really helps give it a lot of life. When you color the background, it makes it look really cool too. There's another family right there. 3 people in that family. And we've got, oh, what a beautiful looking family there. Oh, I love that one. The little girl, you can see she's missing a tooth. She's probably about 6 years old. Here's another example. Oh, I think that little guy lives with his grandma and grandpa. And a final example of a 2-person family. Look at all the detail on that little girl. She's got glasses and braces. She even has a pet fish. I hope you have a lot of fun making your family portraits. I can't wait to see them when you're finished. I hope to see you again very soon.